Also today overseas, Israel's government approved plans to capture all of the Gaza Strip. Country's armies calling up tens of thousands of reserve soldiers. Our MTS tie-up has the latest.
Well, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it clear Israel's plan is now to capture all of the Gaza Strip, and that this offensive will be, in his words, intensive, and that Israeli troops will remain in the devastated Palestinian territory for an unspecified length of time. Now, Netanyahu also said the Israeli military's previous strategy of carrying out raids and then abandoning territory it once held will now be, in his words, the opposite. Israeli government ministers unanimously approved these plans for the new offensive just today. Only hours earlier, it was announced that tens of thousands of reserve soldiers are being called up.
Damn.
Now, despite 19 months of brutal violence in Gaza, the Israeli military has so far failed to achieve its goal of destroying Hamas or returning all the hostages. And critics within Israel say the new plan will achieve neither of those goals. Now, the situation in Gaza is already catastrophic, and this will only make things that much worse. We have to remember, for 2 months now, Israel has already prevented all food, water, and medicine from entering Gaza. It's already being described as the biggest humanitarian crisis the Palestinian territory has ever seen.
So let me pause it right there, just to give a little glimpse. So it seems like, and this is what was happening. I made a video about this a while back, about how basically Israel's not keeping up their side of the deal. That all started when Hamas didn't want to give back certain hostages, or giving back certain hostages alive. So they gave back the healthy and the healthy and the live ones first, and then once it came to the back end of the people, they came back dead. So I believe in that aspect, that's when I was watching this documentary. It was basically saying, it was like a little video, basically says Israel is holding all of their water and their food because it has to go through. We send food to the Gaza Strip through Israel. Israel is the only way to get it to them, right? Israel's holding it. They're not letting them get it. So it's looking rough right now. Israel, of course, they wasn't always looking like they were doing good, but
speaking to reporters at the White House,
and I mean, Israel's winning this on top, of course, because you have the back of the United States, but it doesn't look good on Israel to all the other Middle Eastern like countries, because look what you're doing. You basically are starving them by choice, but then again, we're the one giving it to them, right? And then on top of that, you're kind of pushing them out of their homes. Now, it started out with, we had most of the Hamas, all or most, and then of course, the hostages that came back dead. So they not even want to retaliate, it seems like, for the rest of the hostages they have. And for all of the Hamas soldiers, they're not doing a peace greedy. It's just, we want all y'all dead now. Like, all of our, we have all our live people. We believe the rest are dead. Okay, well, we're going to do what we can. In that case, we taking everything.
Did not offer his views on Israel's plan to expand operations in Gaza, but instead blamed Hamas for having treated the people of Gaza, quote, very badly. The president, however, did say the U.S. will, and again, I'm quoting here, help the people of Gaza get some food. Now, Trump's comments come as he is expected to visit Saudi Arabia, the U.S.
And I want to pause right here because I've seen the pictures of like their territory all messed up. Like, that's not Hamas's territory, bro. That's the Gazians, it's the Palestinian stuff that they're just blowing up. So when, yes, you're looking for Hamas within the Palestinians at the Gaza Strip, yes, that is true. You might have to destroy stuff, but y'all are wrecking everything down to the ground. That's not Hamas's shit anyway. That's really the Gaza Strip people. That's the Palestinians' property, the hospitals, the buildings that y'all all tearing down. So, like, I'm gonna be honest, when this war started, I knew the end game. I already that's how I like to think. I like to think analytical. And I'm like, well, based on war and based on they already have conflict with these individuals for a long time. They're waiting to attack these people. That's why they have bombs in their phones from 10 years ago prior, because they were waiting for this moment. And now this moment has come. There's a lot that could be said about this situation. I do want to add that Donald Trump did say that he wanted to take possession of the Gaza Strip from Israel. So Israel doesn't own it. The United States owns it due to the fact possibly because we were funding Israel the whole time. But I do want to add that got a lot of backlash because from all the other Middle Eastern countries that, oh, you're not just going to have Israel take the land and you take possession. So I think plan B is in play right now. Like, and listen, this is what I'm going to say. I could be wrong. I could be right. Plan B right now is in action. And what I mean by plan B is, okay, it looks bad to the public that Donald Trump is going to take this land after Israel has killed most of his people, not killing all of them. I think it was, they only killed like 80% or pushed 80% out of Gaza Strip. That means there's another 20 left just sitting there, or they don't have a place to go, of course, right? So I think this is the second play now that the first one didn't play out. They're going to have basically Israel go in there and demolish the rest of that shit just down. Like, since they don't want to leave peacefully, they're already saying they're coming back, and there's a lot of flack about other countries saying that, okay, this place is uninhabitable. I'm thinking, and this is just me, Donald Trump and Netanyahu had a conversation like, hey, we got to make sure this motherfucker is uninhabitable for real. So do what you got to do what you need to do. And of course, Netanyahu, and this is all perception, what I think, Netanyahu gonna hop right on that. He like, all right, bet. Well, with your go-to, probably with the back of the United States, we're gonna go in and finish this war up. We're gonna kill the rest. We're gonna kill the rest of the Hamas that is there. We're gonna push the Gazians south. We're gonna push them completely out of Gaza Strip completely, and we're gonna take completely control of it while destructing everything in its path until we hit what we need. So we're gonna clear the land at this point because we already got 80% out. This is what I'm thinking Netanyahu's thinking with Trump. We're gonna clear the land. We're gonna clear the land out, and then once we have possession of the land, we're going to surrender the land to the United States. Now, I think if that does not happen, we got to watch out for, Israel at this point, because there's a little sneaky stuff going on. We all know they were in cahoots with the CIA about the JFK thing. You know what I'm saying? They have their hands and their sticky paws was on 9/11. So I don't want to get too deep into that because that's some other stuff, but this is more interesting to me due to the fact that it's live. It's happening to us right in front of our face. So basically how I'm thinking about this concept, because I'm thinking about the art of war and how things happen in negotiation. And you got to think about the public opinion. Trump didn't look good when he said he was going to take over the Gaza Strip, right? Because it was still people still Palestinians living there. So what's going to happen next? Trump's going to give Netanyahu the go-to to knock the rest down. Like, hey, bro, just take them all out. And whoever in the way got to go. And they're going to push them into Egypt and all the other bordering countries, just like we said we would in the first place. But now we got to do it by force, right? They can't do nothing if Israel's coming out. We protect Israel. Israel is the person that's supposed to be over there. They basically clear out the space. Then anybody attack Israel has problems with us. It looks more clean, more, ethical. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you get the same objective. Now, at the end of the day, yes, we still would have to rely on Israel giving the Gaza Strip to the United States. I think once they obtain the whole Gaza Strip, the Gaza Strip they will give it as a gift to the United States, possibly, for their efforts of helping. Because that's the only way that Trump gets his agenda done, while them bagging up Israel to get whatever they need to be done. Because I'm be honest, Israel does what they want to do anyway, right? But like we said, we want this. We already had an agreement with Netanyahu. Yeah, we're gonna take over the Gaza Strip. Okay, we're gonna have to do it the more simpler way. We're gonna go in there and destruct everything. That's the plan. So when they approved plans to capture all of Gaza, that was the plan. That was really the plan from the get-go. Trump wanted to stop the war, nit it in the bud, right? Trump wanted to stop the war. So he said, we're going to take over the rest of Gaza. Like I said, bordering countries did not like that. So he's like, well, just like you got to think like business. This is probably what he's doing in the next. He's like, all right, y'all want to play that? All right, Israel, eat off their plate. You know what? Lick the plate clean. Pause. You know what I'm saying? He going to go in there and destruct the rest of Gaza, just like what they're doing right now. What do you mean plans approved? That's just scaring them out so the people that are already there can leave, because they were gonna like capture the land regardless. This is what it was, bro. There's no way they're gonna let their enemies even get a chance to get revenge, bro. They're gonna push them out their land, which is gonna be historic, honestly, if you really think about it like that. But it's gonna be more historic when we possess it, due to the fact that we were given it by Israel, but Israel wanted fair and square and by force. So, and we took it from Israel and made it more habitable for other people to, you know, after they probably examine all the underground tunnels and bunkers and shit they got. Yeah, they about to do a wide, it's gonna be some historic shit. It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. Tell me what y'all think about this Israel approving plans to capture all of Gaza. It seems right to me. Like, I knew it was gonna come. It just makes sense. So when you're doing this, you're looking at shit, it makes sense already. And then you gotta worry about the public opinion. When the public opinion sometimes doesn't go with the flow that they want it, they gotta do it to where it does, you know what I mean? To make it look clean, you know what I'm saying? Cause their own troubles, I'm just saying. But in this aspect, I expected Israel to do this. This is the art of war. This is what you got to do. I know you're killing and genociding innocent Palestinians, and it's cool. Not really, but I understand what you're doing. Now, yes, let's blame it on the Hamas. Let's blame it on anybody, the terrorist group. But at the end of the day, you are killing a lot of Gazians. Other countries didn't really say nothing because it's backed by the United States majority of the time. So they can't really do nothing anyway without starting really nuclear war. But no one's going to do that because that's like the end all be all. And then basically Gaza's going to take the strip, and they possibly going to donate it to the United States, just kind of like we kind of gave away the Panama Canal. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments section. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Please like for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy. Peace. Let's go.